Katya's Adventure in Paperland. In a cozy workshop filled with the scent of tea and the gentle rustle of parchment, Galina was busy creating magic. She was a master of quilling, the art of turning simple strips of paper into intricate wonders. Her daughter Katya sat beside her, watching as tiny spirals and delicate petals bloomed under her mother's skilled fingers. "Remember, Katya," Galina said softly, "paper is alive. If you listen closely, it has its own heartbeat." Perched on Katya's shoulder was Charlie, a grumpy cockatiel with a bright yellow crest. He didn't seem to share the same passion for paper art. Charlie clicked his beak and shuffled his wings, acting as if he wasn't getting nearly enough attention. Katya, with her long blonde hair tied in a high ponytail at the very top of her head, giggled and tried to soothe him. "Don't be cross, Charlie," she whispered. "Look at how beautiful it is." In the center of the workspace stood the paper gates, Galina's most complex creation. It was a towering archway made of thousands of white and blue paper curls, looking like the entrance to a fairy tale kingdom. When Mom stepped away for a moment, Katya couldn't help herself. The gates seemed to pulse with a soft light. She reached out her hand, wanting to touch the very heart of the beautiful, lacy pattern. As soon as Katya's finger brushed the paper, a soft rustle filled the air, like the whispering of 1,000 pages. Suddenly, the paper gates began to grow, expanding and shimmering with a pearly light. The workshop started to melt away, turning into a swirling vortex of colorful paper ribbons. Charlie gave a surprised squawk and gripped Katya's sleeve tightly as the bright flash pulled them both into the center of the paper labyrinth. When the light finally faded, Katya found herself standing in a world of impossible beauty. Everything, the trees, the grass, and even the clouds, was made of exquisitely coiled paper. Katya gasped as she looked at herself. Her dress was now a masterpiece of pink and gold paper scrolls, and her ponytail had vanished. Her blonde hair now fell in soft, wavy curls with a small, neat braid tucked to the side. Replied, "We're in a mess, that's where." Katya jumped. It was Charlie. The cockatiel was standing on a paper log, looking very annoyed. "You can talk," Katya exclaimed, clapping her hands. Charlie puffed out his chest, his yellow crest bouncing. "Of course I can talk. It's Paperland. Everything here has a voice, though most of these butterflies are terrible conversationalists." He hopped onto Katya's shoulder, looking suspiciously at a quilled flower that was slowly unfolding its petals. "Let's find a way out before I start turning into a confetti pile," he grumbled, though he secretly enjoyed the way the paper sun sparkled on his feathers. As they ventured deeper, the forest grew more complex. Hanging from a branch made of brown paper coils was a shimmering liana made of golden and silver paper strips. It spiraled downward like a giant spring. "Ooh, shiny," Charlie chirped, forgetting his grumpiness. He took flight, but as soon as his claws touched the gold, the liana snapped upward. It spun around and around, wrapping Charlie in a tight, metallic spiral. Within seconds, Charlie was dangling from the branch, looking exactly like a festive golden gift. "Help! I'm being gift-wrapped," Charlie yelled, his voice muffled. Katya rushed over, but when she saw her grumpy companion looking like a shiny candy bar with a parrot's head sticking out, she burst into fits of laughter. "It's not funny, Katya. I'm a bird of dignity," Charlie huffed. Katya wiped a tear from her eye and reached up. "I'm sorry, Charlie," she teased. She gently took hold of the end of the liana and walked in a circle, carefully unspooling the shimmering paper from her dizzy friend. Suddenly, the path was blocked by thick bushes of red and orange paper strips. A low growl echoed, and out hopped a tiny dragon. He was covered in bright red scales made of drop-shaped quilled paper. He opened his mouth, and a stream of red paper strips fluttered out like flames. "Roar," he squeaked, but he looked more nervous than scary. "I am Drago, the fire guardian," he announced, his paper tail twitching shyly. He wasn't big or mean. He was just a little dragon trying to be brave. Katya knelt and reached into her pocket, finding a single beautiful blue quilled drop she had picked up earlier. "Hello, Drago. I'm Katya, and this is Charlie. We don't want to fight." She held out the blue drop. "Is this a drop of friendship?" Drago's eyes widened. He carefully took the paper drop with his tiny claws and smiled, his fire turning into happy, fluttering pink ribbons. "Friends?" he asked softly. Katya nodded. They had found a guide, a talking bird, and a new friend in the heart of Paperland.